It has been fun. Yeah, I enjoyed parts of it. I think there are definitely some other parts that were missed this season. I think technologically, it was really good. It was a huge improvement. My thoughts on this server. What a good thing. It's technically a very sound game. The tournament. What was a miss? It felt like the houses were a miss once again. The mythical legendaries were kind of drip fed to us over the span of a month, which I think is too long. I think having the first few days, like instead of doing it week by week, I think they should have just done it like every 3 days, ungated, because a lot of people just lost interest. I know, like for example, Will Neff is someone who loves to grind and get loot, and he does RP, but I know one of Will's biggest complaint was the fact that he was doing so much content, like gym battles and trial spawners and dungeons and raids, and was getting one rare candy. I think he got demoralized really fast. I think houses could have been a thing. Like there was one day where all the betas were on, all the alphas and all the omegas, and there was a lot of drama and storyline in just one day. That was good. And if the houses were a thing at the beginning, I think it would have been so good. But that coming after 3 weeks was just too late, right? And I think people weren't allowed to leave their houses, and also a lot of not like people who didn't belong in houses just never joined houses, which I thought was pretty lame. Because I think if you're gonna make houses a thing, you have to make it a thing, right? And if you don't make houses matter, then people aren't gonna join. Because there's just no like, why would you join? You're not losing up on anything, right? Like someone like James just didn't want to join a house because it's better for him to just not be in a house. So you have this weird situation where you have these houses, but the right thing to do is to not join a house. That's why Freaky didn't join a house. That's why James didn't join a house, because it's better for content. They're RP, and there's just zero upside to joining a house. And yet houses are kind of this thing where it has to be big. I think Abe's done a good job. I'm going to speak on the Poké Snacks thing a little bit, because that's what I know a lot of people are triggered about on my behalf. And honestly, I think it triggers Abe because a lot of people are triggered. I don't really care about the Poké Snacks. I think it was fun to figure out the puzzle. I think it was fun to break the system. I think it was fun to have a nerf because honestly, when you get something nerfed, it's like it's A, this is probably a reason why they nerfed it, and B, it's like a badge of honor, right? So I don't want people getting upset on my behalf over the Poké Snacks. And the thing is, you guys saw once I discovered the Poké Snacks, then everyone started spamming Poké Snacks, right? All the mythicals started getting captured. There's like 5 Arceus, 6 Mews, 4 Jirachis, 100 Raging Bolts, 200 Flutter Mains running around the server because of Poké Snacks, right? So I think nerfing it was 100% justified. Because I'm usually just the guy who abuses it first. And once I abuse it first, everyone on the server abuses it. And now you have a server that has too much Paradox Pokemons, right? Ryan was interested to join beta. No, he wasn't, Chad. Shut the fuck up. You guys are so stupid, alright? Nobody wanted to do anything with the houses because there's no incentive. Alright? How many people said, oh, I'm interested in joining Omega. I'm interested in joining Alpha. And how many did it happen? That's why the house RP died. No one was actually willing to do anything. No one was willing to leave houses. No one was willing to join houses. Because we live on a Kumbaya server. The only time people might have been incentivized to join a house was when we said only 2 representatives from each house got to play against the French. That's the only time I saw Shoto type in the house chat. Only time he typed in the house chat, pretty much. Because it's like, oh, I need to engage with the house system, finally. Yvonne leaving from alpha to beta was funny. Yes, that was funny. That was actually funny. And you know what? It was out of her control. We forced that on her. What I would want, first of all, shout out to Abe for making this server. I know he has to deal with a lot. And I know he gets really triggered by people thinking I'm the main character, which I think is really funny. Because it's not necessarily me triggering him. It's like viewers talking about me as the main character that triggers him. Because when he nerfed the Poké Snacks, I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, it totally makes sense. But my viewers are like, I can't believe you're trying to take down Ash Ketchum. So shout out to Abe for making this server. I think having the private server and the public server be at the same time was really messy because it just split dev attention, which is one thing. I think there is value in combining the private and public server into one mega server, like being able to interact with our fans. I think that's great. I think the next server should be at the end of the year for the next Cobblemon update. And I'm sure Abe knows that. I think he realizes that doing this server right now was too early. I think we should invite more people. I think it was really isolating for a lot of new server people to come into the server. And essentially everyone's already forming cliques. That's one of the downside, I think, when you do the dungeon system and the raid system, is people are very cliquey. And if you're not part of the clique, it's just really isolating. Because like, oh, the five people just group up together and they just spam raids, right? The progression system, yeah, was a little backwards. I understand the idea behind it. I think things would have been fine if the raids just gave loot. Dungeon and raids and hideouts were giving you 10 cents and 5 pennies, which was really bad. Like, you have this endgame content system that was rewarding giant pile of crap. And then they eventually buffed it, and people started doing it more and more, which was great. That was good. Like, it needed to give good stuff. I think golden tickets should have been more plentiful. It's hard to balance. It's really hard to balance. If I was Abe, what I would do is to pitch this to the French, which, you know, French is already part of this. The Germans, the Spanish community. And I think what would be great if he makes this like an international thing, because people love the English versus French stuff, right? I think there's a lot of value there, where there are events and it's country versus country. It gets a little spicy with the drama, don't get me wrong, but I think it's worth it, right? It's for sure. Right now, there's just no drama. Because I don't think houses work. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think houses work. I don't think it can work. I don't think it will work. But people are gonna show up in tournaments against other countries, 100%. So I would say remove houses and do more international events. I thought the English versus French event was great. That was wonderful. And people were having fun. People were interacting with each other. I wasn't there because I was busy, but I saw like our streamers joke with the French streamers too. And it's just cool. It's just cool. Yeah, houses on this server just, I think, has the opposite effect. It doesn't really unite people. It kind of like alienates it and isolates almost. Isn't the fact that houses being rigged so friends are together in the same house? Yeah. I don't think they should rig the houses like that. I thought Leslie did a really good job though, trying to recruit people to Alpha. She had a whole arc about it, made them cakes. Like, she really leaned into the RP of it, right? But what did she get for it? No, barely anyone joined Alpha because people just don't want to commit to joining a house. I don't know what it is about people choosing, but they're like, I'm not gonna choose. I want to be the guy who's good with all houses. It's like, holy fuck, guys, just pick a fucking house. Make Leslie's RP worth it. Create some drama, some tension, some conflict.